What's it going to be like for musicians trying to tour post-pandemic? Today we're going to talk to an artist who is planning something really unique and cool, so stick around. Welcome to Charlie's Open Mic. My name is Charlie Mosbrook. This week my guest is Shanna in a dress. She is planning to tour this coming summer on her bicycle. We're going to talk to her about that and much more, plus we're going to listen to her music, so let's dive in now. Hey, welcome to the show. It's Shanna in a dress.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about your past a little bit. You are originally from where, Virginia?
Yes, DC suburbs.
You live in Boulder, Colorado now.
Yeah.
Were the mountains not big enough in Virginia?
They weren't big enough.
They weren't big enough.
I made it out here because I did a cross-country bike trip with a group called Bike and Build. Fell in love with Colorado. Thought it was like the best part of the US. And I had an aunt and uncle in near Boulder, so that's why I ended up here.
And what is the music scene like in Boulder?
It's wonderful. We have a really tight community of songwriters. Boulder in the Round was like the name of a show where once a month there was a Songwriter in the Round show, and once a month there was a workshop that was really just a song share and feedback thing. And just there's a lot of talent here, and I am really lucky to be among them.
So I'm assuming in Virginia is where you started developing your musical, I shouldn't say talent, but your skills.
Yeah.
Were you born into a family that was musical?
Kind of, but not really. I found that my extended family is pretty musical, like a lot of musical theater in my cousins and stuff like that. But just my parents, not so much. But I did grow up as a band kid. So that was the beginning of my musical.
What was that instrument?
Education. I played French horn.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was in college when I started playing guitar and writing songs. And I still bemoan that I didn't start sooner.
We all start when we start.
Yeah.
It all takes time. How did that guitar find you?
How did guitar find me? Well, my older brother, I just said like my immediate family wasn't musical, but one of my older brothers, I guess they both kind of dabbled with guitar at some point, and I always watched longingly, like, I wish I could play that. I want to be able to do that. I think I just wanted to sing more than I wanted to play, and that was an appropriate instrument to help you sing and write songs.
It really is. I mean, it's very easy to figure out your three chords, and before you know it, you're writing songs, and you can accompany yourself in your voice.
Totally. Yeah, so I taught myself out of a method book in college in my dorm room, and every time there was a chord progression, I would just write a song using that chord progression.
I'm curious, do you still work that way in some ways? I mean, not you. I'm not asking if you use your method book like that, but like for myself, I've been learning the Piedmont blues, and learning new little skills just opens the brain up, and you just the muse takes over, and the discipline of actually practicing what I've been learning goes out the window.
Totally. Yeah. And actually, you're right. I think that is still how I write, in that I will learn a chord progression that I think is cool and immediately just write my next song using it and that kind of thing.
So when did you start performing in front of people and discover that that was something you really enjoyed doing?
It was my junior year of college, and I started writing my freshman year. And so I was kind of writing and learning how to play and singing to myself in secret. And I designed this surprise show where I thought, no one knows I do this, but I'm going to I'm going to have this big surprise event and not tell anyone what's going to happen, but tell them that they have to come. And then I will have this fully formed program of songs to share for them. And it went off so well. I think there was like more than 60 people there at my first show ever. Wow. And my college band director let me use the like beautiful concert hall at UVA where like the symphony performs. So it's just like so resonant and beautiful. And I had probably an 11 song program and a planned rap encore. And I wrote programs and passed them out to everyone. And it was just so well received. And afterwards I felt so lit up that I thought, well, I don't know about this college degree I'm working toward. I like this.
Do you still follow that kind of performance preparation?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I wish I did.
It sounds like a blueprint for success.
Yeah, I should probably follow the blueprint. I still find myself like coming up with set lists. I have these like two really contrasting song types where I have like these really, really sad songs and really lighthearted, funny ones. And I want to think about like, who am I playing for? What do they want? What ratio of these two things will this crowd be able to handle, or what do they want? Mm-hmm. This is kind of why I like to plan it out, even though I do it seconds before I start.
Tell us about the song that you're going to play.
This is my most requested song, and I always introduce it by saying it's about how to turn on a woman. And it was co-written with my friend Caitlin Cannon, and I think it speaks for itself, so let's watch it.
This song's about how to turn on a woman. Oh, baby. Last night was so amazing. You were incredible. I can still picture it all right now. The way you brought in the groceries, took out the trash, the way you remembered to feed the cat, then you unloaded the dishwasher. And when I got home from work, tell me more. You had dinner on the table. Oh, I wanted you for dessert. Oh, I don't need a man with a face like bread, Zac Efron's hair, Channing Tatum's abs, sporting a Rolex and a Cadillac. I like it if you look like you would be a good dad. That's hot. 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 I like your dad bod. And oh, I can feel it. It's so hard and so smooth. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You finally sanded the table in the living room, and I got hot and bothered. Yeah, when you answered my text. Right. And I got really tired. And you let me come first. No, I don't need a man with a face like that. Zac Efron's Channing Tatum's abs, sporting a Rolex and a Cadillac. I said I'd like it if you look like you would be a good dad. Everybody sing, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. That's hot. I like your dad bod. Thank you so much. Thanks, man.
You discussed riding your bike across the country, and that's what brought you to Boulder. You've also told me recently, and this is really interesting to me because I was planning this before my spinal cord injury, something very similar to this, but you're planning to tour as a musician across the country on a bicycle. Can you tell
Yes.
me about that plan and that idea?
Yes, it's happening this summer from mid-June to early September. And I have a support car and driver so that I can make it.
Carry your gear.
Yes, I don't want to have my amp on my bicycle with me.
Mhm.
But I plan on going all 3,000 miles and with some driving tour portions along the coast on either side. And I am mostly setting up house shows along the way, partnering up with other musicians. And there's a charity that I'm sponsoring called Pangea World Foundation, and I'm going to be spreading their mission. They work to accelerate the rescue of people and animals and the environment, and they're up to some amazing things. I have a bike sponsor and a guitar sponsor with Rain Song Guitars and Sojourn Cyclery, which builds these beautiful, sustainably sourced wooden bicycles. So I'm doing this whole thing on this work of art.
Is there a way that people can sponsor the bike tour or directly donate to that organization?
Yes. So everything that is available right now is at shannainadress.com/bike-tour-2021. The way to support the tour directly is to join me on Patreon. And I'll
Okay.
have my debut record with me too. So it's called Robot.
Uh-huh.
It is a labor of love because I've been writing songs and performing for over 10 years and I've never put out a studio record. So I put out a live album last year, which is available for free on my website, shannainadress.com. But the studio record has been a long time coming, and I'm so proud of it and excited and terrified also because there's definitely some pop elements to it that I wonder if the folk world is going to freak out about.
Do you think that's really important, or do you think it's important to just make the record you really want to make?
Definitely that. It doesn't mean I'm not scared about how it'll be received, but I always heard my Robot song with these elements that brought the whole robot concept to life and now it does, and it's really cool to hear these songs realized in a way that you could hear on the radio. And for me, I am in a world of folk songwriters and acoustic music, but I didn't grow up listening to it at all. I grew up listening to the radio and produced multi-instrument music. So it's exciting to hear my songs in that package when for over a decade I've heard them the way I've always played them.
Do you imagine some of those other parts while you're playing them?
Sometimes, definitely with harmonies, and I suspect with each further record I will develop more of a producer's ear, but right now it's a lot of experimenting and just asking my producer Megan Burt, like, what do you think? And she has a lot more experience with arranging than I do.
So you're heading out on the road on your bicycle, and you're going to cover the nation, which is a tremendous ride.
I'm just so excited. I want to see people and play music. And I originally biked across the country, and it's what inspired my move to Boulder. And now this is kind of going to be a farewell Colorado bike tour, because I decided I'm going to take the plunge after this bike tour and move to Nashville.
What do you see for yourself in Nashville?
Ooh, people. There's just so much music and inspiration and talent and skill and co-writing, and it's scary, and it's full of hustlers that are working their whole life toward their dream that they never maybe feel fulfilled on. But I just feel like I gotta try. I gotta give it a chance.
Thank you for watching Charlie's Open Mic this week, and thank you to Shanna and Address for dropping in and sharing her story and song with us. As always, please hit that subscription link down below. Please ring the bell for notifications of upcoming episodes. You can always find us at charliesopenmic.com, where you can find a Patreon link to help support the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.